guys, how you doing? Ray here again. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, it's Nitro Kyosho. Well, I'm here. The helicopter is done, and we're going to do a little tips, tricks type thing here. I'm going to talk about a few things. There's not a whole heck of a lot as far as tips and tricks, but there are a couple things. So let's get those out of the way first, and then we'll do a review of this helicopter. Alright, I'm using the new Thunder Power G8 Pro Force 1300 milliamp 7DC batteries. Got a couple of them here. I got to get some more, enough to get started. Okay, the first tip, guys, is the battery. Okay, when you put it has removable battery tray like the 700. Let me get up and show this to you. Now, my buddy ended up routing out the canopy on both sides under here because he couldn't get the canopy to go on. You don't have to do that. The battery was what was holding it out. Okay, you have to move the battery in so the tray has about 1 inch to 3/4 of an inch there. Don't forget to use your battery strap they provide with the kit, and it goes into these grooves here and wraps around to keep it in there. I use a piece of Velcro along the whole thing, industrial strength. But we found out it wasn't hitting the speed control where they tell you to mount it. It was hitting the nose underneath here, guys. Underneath in here, I could see through up, there was a hole there, that the top of the battery was hitting up in here and was restricting this to go all the way back. Okay, so that's the first little tip. Make sure that you leave yourself that gap. Okay, now the next one was driving me crazy, worse than this creaky chair I'm in, was a creaky tail. And it was making a creaking sound, which I'll pick it up and let you hear in a second. And I finally figured out what it was. I mean, I built like 6 or 7, I don't know how many of these kits, guys, different T-Rexes, so I know how to build these things. Well, apparently they're using a new ball, the little links, the plastic links, and the one on the tail, okay, was very tight, which is a good thing. You don't want it popping off. But the ball back there must have been really tight. And that's where the creaking sound was coming from, because I disconnected the rudder rod, the servo was smooth, there was no binding, the tail was put together properly, it was moving in butter soft. But that back ball link there, there is very, very tight. Now you can put a little tiny drop of oil, or you can just let it break in. But if anybody has that creaking sound, which I'm going to let you hear right now, this is what it sounds like. The camera should pick it up. Okay, now there's nothing wrong with anything on this helicopter, guys. It's just that black ball under there, okay, is just very tight on there. That'll break in, so don't be concerned about that. It's actually a good thing if it's tight. You don't want that popping off. Okay, as for the rest of this, it's not a 450 Pro. I don't know where what that helicopter in back of me, where that is headed in direction. This is a totally new helicopter, guys. Totally revamped, completely new version of a 450. It has a longer tail boom than the standard 450 in back of me. It has longer tail blades on it. And the blades, instead of being 325 millimeter, they're 360. It has the nice battery tray system like the T-Rex 700 and 800. The way these servos mount now, let me pull the canopy off, guys, here. And Nice and gentle so we don't... Canopy goes on very nice on this helicopter, guys. Unlike some of the old ones where they were tough to get on. I'm going to explain a little bit and then we'll take the camera off the pod and finish up like that, guys. It has a new speed control, new motor. This is the Dominator. It's an 1800 kV motor, which you had to upgrade to a bigger speed control. We have a 45 ESC by Align on there. The servos on this, guys, the job they did putting these in, I give them 2. If I had 10 thumbs up. The old Pro back there, the elevator servo, was a nightmare to get in and out. You had to take the tail boom, everything out to get at it if you stripped it. And the 2 Aileron servos on that, actually I'm going to pull the canopy off that and I'll show you a side-by-side comparison of everything, guys. So, but they placed, the way these servos are put in, the elevator servo, they all go in from the outside. So they made it very, very simplistic. Awesome job, Align, designing this. Now they're using a tail servo that comes on my 500 Pro. A bigger tail servo, the 525. They put the strut support here for the struts with the boom. The tail, with the exception of the blades, is basically the same as the DFC. They're saying the tail grips are redesigned. They look the same to me. The blades are a longer blade. That's the only difference I can see. And they, with the fin here, they put that nice protective piece around the carbon fiber to keep it from chipping or cracking. They've got the reinforcements, the aluminum pieces here with the Align name engraved in them, which is beautiful. I'm sure this is just as durable and strong as every other Align helicopter. Some parts are compatible, guys. The skids are the same. The tail boom is not. The tail boom torque tube is longer on this, obviously. The gears are all the same as the DFC Pro. The tail gear is the main gear, and the auto rotation gear down there is actually the original to this one back here. But a pretty simple design all around, a pretty easy build. Another thing, the anti-rotation bracket has the anti-wear plastic put in there. The motor mounts from the top opposed from the bottom now, but still goes in very easily. What else can we talk about? The torque tube box, these white things are part of the frame. The torque tube box in the front here appears to be the same as what's on this one back here. So it looks like you can use the torque tube box. The gears are all the same as the Pro DFC. The struts are the same. The rudder rod, anything with the boom is going to be longer. The rudder rod is longer. The torque tube inside is longer. The skids are the same. Basically all of the screws are compatible. And they redesigned, even from the Trex 450 Pro DFC, they redesigned the head. I'll show you that. But all around, a beautiful helicopter, guys. Instead of me babbling anymore here, let's get that off of the pod. Let me move these batteries. Let me pull the canopy off of this helicopter. We'll do a servo comparison and talk about just a few more things, and then we'll wrap up the video. Okay, and we're going to try not to make you guys in YouTube land dizzy. Okay. Now, one thing I didn't do was a size comparison. It's about a little bit longer, guys, by maybe an inch or two. but not a drastic amount. Alright, let's start with the servos. Okay, the servos mount out here. Okay, the other side's going to be the same. Now this, the elevator servo also mounts from the outside and is screwed in. So these servos are wicked easy to get at. Okay, now we'll go over here. These servos weren't too bad to get at, the Aileron servos, but you still had to take the battery tray out if you had to remove one. Okay, with this helicopter you don't have to take anything apart to get any of these servos out. They just pop right out. Okay, you can see this elevator servo is mounted on the inside. Okay, that's the way they did it. So you had to take the gyro or 3GX, whatever you had on it, you had to take all that stuff out to be able to maneuver that to go through, up and out. Okay, tail servo is mounted the same way. All of this stuff here, the fin, the mounting is the same, the strut setup is the same. The skids are compatible, they're also the same. The fin is the same, that one just has the new white strip of plastic around it protecting it. The blades on this are 360 millimeters, they're longer, a little bit better balance. These have the 325. This is a fly bar. This is the original 450 Pro that was made back in like 2009. The speed control on here they wanted mounted under here. I don't like it under there. I'm not a big fan. I like them on the side to get a lot of cooling. The motor was mounted from the bottom up. Okay, and this one is mounted on the top like some of the bigger 700 size. No big deal with the gears. The gears basically go in and everything. Main shaft, same deal there. Now they did upgrade. This head is actually upgraded even from, it says Align Pro, Align 450 DFC on there, but my buddy has a DFC, and the difference is his doesn't have, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, guys, but you got your main Jesus bolt going through. But this one has one extra screw there and one extra screw there. So there's actually three holding that block together. And because they like to make everything black, there's a good shot right there, guys. See the one there, and one there. The 450 Pro DFC does not have that. It only has the one going through the main Jesus bolt up there. So you can definitely see those there. This has the anti-wear material in the bracket. The old one was just made of plastic. The battery on this one obviously sat on top. This one goes into a tray here, slides in, and you have your little pull tab to lift up here to unlock it when you're ready to take it out. But I give them two thumbs up. Like I said, if I had 10 thumbs, I would on this helicopter. Beautiful design. They redesigned everything, made the servos easier, everything easier to work on. Just, you know, beautiful new canopy they made, everything. All around beautiful job, guys. Definitely recommend anybody out there to buy this. But that's about it for this review, guys. I don't want to take up any more of your time. But I think we just about talked about everything. The upgrades, the servo placement, the motor, the speed control, the blades, the head block. The tail is the same as the DFC. The gears are all the same. So anyways, I hope you like this video. I hope that it makes you guys, it makes your decision easier, whether you want to buy one or not. And there they are. We can try to do a little quick side by side. We'll put them, I'll put them here skid to skid, which this one is going to be hanging out a little bit further, but skid to skid basically and head to head. And you can see there's about a difference of maybe an inch or two back there. Okay. But the big thing is this is a 6-cell, guys. It runs a 6-cell battery opposed to 3, so you got a lot more power. So, anyways, hope you guys like this, and I hope it helps you make a decision out there, and thanks for watching.